Metal Gear Solid. So you start the game as Solid Snake, traveling to an offshore Alaskan island codenamed Shadow Moses, where he finds a renegade special forces unit called Foxhound. Using genetic enhancements on their soldiers, they take hold of a mass nuclear weapon known as Metal Gear. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to take the Foxhound guys seriously. I mean, they're terrorists, they need some kind of alter alias, but apparently it isn't suitable enough to have normal sounding names like James Bond. Instead, everyone has their main attribute followed by the name of a random animal. With this rule in place, you get people like Revolver Ocelot, Psycho Mantis, and Decoy Octopus. What the hell is so threatening about an octopus? Or were you just annoyed that the name Crash Bandicoot had already been taken? Good guys will get normal names like Roy Campbell and Naomi Hunter during the mission, those of which can communicate to Solid Snake via the codec, a new age video communication device. The codec is attached directly through Snake's ear, so only he can hear what's being said. After all, this is a stealth mission. It's just the same that features kind of diminished where Snake has to speak out loud for anyone else to hear him. If these conversations were quick, it would be fine, but Snake has to stand still and talk for up to 10 minutes, sometimes in the open air. I honestly wonder how he never gets caught while doing this, or maybe the phrase genetically enhanced soldier is just a more politically correct way to say the guards are quote-unquote special. The conversations won't be that big of a problem if they didn't fanny about and waste your time. One character called Mei Ling is the person you call whenever you want to save your game. However, she doesn't have a lot of personality other than being Asian, so she ends every conversation by quoting something supposedly profound and attributing it to your actions. But as Wordsworth once said, fuck you, this is unnecessary. Not that Snake minds talking to the ladies, because for a retired battle-worn soldier, he's also a bit of a womanizer. As if the name Solid Snake wasn't already a big enough giveaway. Or maybe I should be calling him David Hayter. Something that Metal Gear Solid likes to do that's a bit out of the ordinary is giving acting credits when introducing the new characters. It's a nice cinematic touch, but it kinda ruins the sense of scale the game has. Psycho Mantis is a lot less threatening when you find out his real name is Doug. But to be fair, I can understand the design choice over most of the game's story. The dialogue uses a lot of acronyms, and some of the time they tell you what they mean, but other times they don't, so you have a hard time focusing on the story when you don't know what half the words mean. I mean, how the hell was I supposed to know that DARPA is a real thing? DARPA is what a sleepy magician says at the end of a magic trick. And on the subject of weird sounds, at certain points in the story, two characters will start talking seriously about their feelings and crap, but whenever they do this, they always put some oddly loud opera music to play over it. I mean, I know orchestral soundtracks are pretty and all, but if you really want me to get me invested in the struggles of a character, the sound of an overweight European woman is probably not going to be the part that drives it home. And the person you have most of these conversations with is called Meryl, the Colonel's niece. She worked on the Foxhound but didn't join the Renegade Uprising on Shadow Moses, so was imprisoned. She also remarks how Solid Snake and the leader of Foxhound, Liquid Snake, look almost identical. Although, to be fair, this is a PlayStation 1 game with a general visual quality on show. I think everyone looks a little bit like Solid Snake. But she isn't the strangest person you'll meet, not by a long shot. No, the weirdest person you'll meet is Dr. Hal Emmerich. He's the scientist responsible for creating the Metal Gear, and the reason behind him creating Metal Gear was... he watches anime. I kid you not, he looked at the robots in Japanese animation and it compelled him to make a giant robot of his own. Weird, because anime usually compels me to rip my bloody testicles from my scrotum and play baseball with them. Hit a foul ball, if you will. So in a very roundabout way, you can attribute everything bad that happens in this game to anime. The possibility of ending decent human society? I think it's a fitting allegory. I mean, I wouldn't exactly call Snake a lot smarter if I'm honest. He was stripped of any weapons before going into Shadow Moses, but decided to smuggle some cigarettes up his bumhole before doing so. I mean, I know they don't smell great at the best of times, but don't you think that ruins the flavour a little? It's weird to think of this game if I'm honest. It was created by supposed visionary Hideo Kojima, but in my eyes, a visionary is nothing more than a madman who is lucky enough to be proved correct. God damn was he crazy, but god damn if he wasn't right. While ludicrous and about as long-winded as the Tri-State Tornado, I can't say I didn't enjoy it. Who would have thought being a crippling introvert could be such fun?